Hey everybody, I had a client come in and they'd had an accident and they were unsure about how a couple of things work, and I figured this would probably be a great time to cover it so all of you know how it works too. So over the next couple of weeks I'm going to give you 3 different scenarios of what your options are when you hit somebody else. When the accident is your fault, let's say in this for example you rear end somebody, so the accident is your fault. Your first option, if you get dumb lucky and you do not do any damage to this vehicle, then you don't have to file a claim. Remember, any at-fault accident is going to raise your insurance premiums if it's your fault. Only if the accident is your fault. But if you hit this vehicle and don't do any damage, and this car owner is driving an older car, or they've got something where they've got like a big SUV or some sort of pickup truck, excuse me, and you don't do damage to it, then you have the option to not file a claim. If you decide not to file a claim to keep your insurance from going up, and remember, every at-fault accident is going to raise your premiums, or in some cases lose your accident-free forgiveness stuff and your price discounts. So if you have damage to your vehicle, you need to figure out how much you can pay to just fix your vehicle if you do not do damage to the other vehicle. So that's your first option. If you get into an accident that's your fault and there's not enough damage, and this happens every now and then these days, then you have the option to not file a claim, and then you pay to fix your car out of your pocket. This is why it's always a good idea to have some money stashed in the bank, because filing a claim will raise your rates. If you can do this out of your pocket, then it's going to save you from that rate increase and using your insurance. Heaven forbid you should have an accident in the next 3-year period. That's the first one. We'll see you next week.